Hi, my name is Isaac. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through a quick fender roll tutorial on the Evo 10, and this is just going to be on the rear fenders. And what I'm going to include is a tab relocation, actually tab delete on this one, and we're going to replace the tab screw with the zip tie, and we're also going to roll the whole rear wheel well. And there's a couple of quick things to know about that one. The Evo 10 is very delicate. You can't just take the roller wheel to it and start going to town, because what you'll do is you'll cause a nice dent to occur right in the quarter panel. So there's a couple of tricks that I'm going to explain to you when I'm rolling. So just take it all in and post any questions. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks. Alright, so what I'm about to do is going to trim the bumper tab right here in the back. This is a common area for rubbing on pretty much any car. What you have to do is remove the screw that holds the bumper in there, pull the bumper out, look at where you're going to trim it, and then what I like to do is I like to heat it up first with a heat gun. What this does is it allows you to trim through the plastic just like butter. So just heat it up for about 40 seconds with some direct applied heat on full with a heat gun. Then I take a sharp box cutter. This is a fresh blade that I just swapped out, and I just trim away the material that I want to get rid of. Very carefully, of course, don't cut yourself. Okay, now I'm gonna just hammer it up. I have to heat it up first. So we're pretty much done with this part of the fender mod. What I'm doing now is just trimming the bumper just a little bit along the edge to give it that extra bit of clearance that he's going to need for a really aggressive setup. In addition to removing this tab and cutting the bumper and bending up the metal, what you have to do is you have to put a zip tie in here, because we removed the factory piece that holds the bumper on the back. And if you don't put a zip tie in here, what happens is the bumper can flap around really easily. And what I like to do is I use a 1/8 inch drill bit or similarly sized drill bit, and just put a small hole through the bumper into the small lip on the quarter panel right here with the zip tie in there. It's really important to do this very carefully, because you can drill through something you're not supposed to drill through. Yeah, well, so this is the second part of the roll now. I like to do the tab relocation first, because it's very tedious, and it's actually probably the more important part of the roll. This is the second part, where you actually bolt the rolling tool to the hub and you use it to roll the lip up. Now the Evo 10 fenders, you have to be very careful when rolling these. The reason is, right about here, for reference, this is the rear of the bumper. Right about here in the center, there's a small reinforcement dimple on the wheel well. Now, if you roll that fully flat, if you just try to roll the lip fully flat, what happens is this section of the fender will concave. It will cave in, and it looks pretty bad. So, what I try to do to make sure that I have a really clean roll and there's no unevenness in the quarter panel is I start my roll right on that area, and I apply a lot of heat just to that particular area of the lip, and I just slightly roll that portion directly up, and then I go out towards the outer edges from there, from the center. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some heat to the quarter panel. Now what I generally try to do is heat the fender for about 2 to 3 minutes, just back and forth like this, to get it up to a good temperature. You want to, if it's cold outside, you want to keep heating it, obviously, because what happens, it'll cool too fast and your paint will crack, or you won't get the movement that you want to get out of the metal. So apply nice even heat for about 2 to 3 minutes with the heat gun on high, and then you'll begin your rolling process. Alright, so now you're done heating. What you want to do first on the Evo 10 is you want to get the roller wheel at a very shallow angle to the lip. You don't want to come at too extreme of an angle, because that'll cause the fender to dimple. So this is about a good angle on the roller wheel right now. What you want to do is start right on that dimple. You can feel where it's at, and start applying some pressure to hold that section of the lip up, and then start gradually moving the roller back and forth to roll the rest of the lip up. Now, the Evo 10, you got to overcome the force of the differentials, because I only have one wheel off the ground. So it takes quite a bit of force to move it. That's just my first pass. Now, after you do that first pass, center the roller again, lift it up and change the angle on the wheel. At this point, I'm just going to apply some more heat because it's cooled off sufficiently now. Now, when you're reheating it, you want to reheat it for another minute or two, just to keep a lot of heat in the fender. The heat helps everything. It helps the paint stretch. It helps you move the metal. It's just good all around. Get a different angle on the wheel. Raise it up just a little bit more. Start rolling it some more. So now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get a very extreme angle against the lip and just kind of curl up the outer edge of this lip, because you can't roll this lip completely flat on the Evo 10, because then you'll get that buckling effect. So now I've achieved that angle on the lip that I want, and just for some finishing touches here on the rear, I'm going to use a mallet to hammer up the very last part of the lip. That's it. Now, the mallet's good for some final finishing touches, just to get everything the way you want it. The roller wheel, I mean, it's good for getting the lip into shape and also pulling the fender out.